foi tabua, eu si sambe bu rekan roka. Adoro mo tabua, anto tele taka na waronga na pula FM. Namba 2 ena sir.
Bula naga go ilimo do tele taka na FM na bo sa set to na pula FM.
Bula o tsempo ni valu ngone ni kandabu, ni mokisa o bacik na sinu. Ando tele taka bali na waronga na pula FM na bantu ena sir.
Oh, lorima na gagi suka lambasa. Todo talita na Bula FM. Na bandua da sena.
Bula FM.
Good evening, this is FBC News. I'm Amrita Priyadarshini. In tonight's bulletin, more teachers hired days ahead of the 2016 school year. Prime Minister promises more advancements in education. And major cleanup for Northern Division after 8 cases of dengue fever. The Education Ministry has hired 527 new school teachers days ahead of the new school year. It has also increased allowances for teachers in the very remote areas. Akusita Tale has the details.
Of the 527 new teachers, 375 will be absorbed into primary schools and 152 into secondary schools.
We have exhausted all primary school teachers. We basically don't have any primary school teachers out there who are looking for a job. With respect to secondary school, we have taken this 152 in the areas where we have got shortage or we have gaps.
The ministry will also engage new teachers to address the workload in composite or combined classes in primary schools. The teacher-student ratio in secondary schools is also being addressed.
We are sending most of these teachers to rural interior and the maritime zone because in this area we have got schools where the numbers are low and therefore particularly primary schools, we have got composite classes. So we want to push in more teachers there so that we break this composite class and we have got one teacher teaching one class.
The ministry has also announced an increase in teachers' allowance in very remote schools from this year. The allowance for single teachers has increased to $2,400 as opposed to $1,200 in 2015. Married teachers will receive $3,600 from the previous $1,800 per year. This is a first for the ministry, creating a separate allocation within its budget to pay these teachers. The ministry is also advising teachers to start preparing for the new academic term. Akosita Tale, FBC News.
Lambasa residents are being advised to clean up their surroundings, which could be breeding grounds for mosquitoes. National Advisor on Communicable Diseases Dr. Mike Kama says these measures must be taken in light of 8 dengue fever cases recorded in the Northern Division.
Dengue cases in the north have become an annual occurrence. National Advisor of Communicable Diseases Dr. Mike Kama says this year is proving no different.
The ministry has just registered 8 new cases of dengue fever for last week, in the beginning of the year. And this is a cause of concern for the ministry, but every year we usually have dengue cases towards the second half of the year into the first half of the following year. This is no different from previous years. It's just the numbers that we are quite concerned about.
While it's not an outbreak as yet, Dr. Kama says a clean-up campaign in the wider Northern Division is necessary.
This year we're looking at it as a hyperactivity of dengue at the moment, but there's always the possibility that it can grow bigger than this. So the ministry is already supporting the response activities in the Northern Division with the healthcare workers that are there, and there's plans to actually increase this support by next week with the hope of getting in the multi-sectorial team.
Dr. Kama is also advising the general public to go to the nearest hospital or clinic if they experience dengue-like symptoms such as a fever, headache, joint pain, as well as the redness of eyes. Last year's outbreak in the Northern Division recorded close to 900 dengue cases, one of the highest on record. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama says he wants to be remembered as the PM who made education free for all Fijians. He made the declaration while opening a 3-classroom block at Vunivutu Primary School in Lambasa yesterday afternoon. Eleanor Turangaivu with this report.
Speaking to those who came to witness the occasion, Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama says when they formed government, they had the idea of establishing a Fiji where all citizens are free and have equal opportunities. He says that's when they realized that education is the key to the future they were plotting.
So we freed families of the burden of payments, extra payments and special payment to the schools. And we replaced that system with a system that allows governments to distribute grants to the schools. This puts all schools on a more equal basis because the resources available to children no longer depends on how much their parents can pay.
Bainimarama says he would like to be known as the Prime Minister who made education available to everyone.
I will leave office one day when my service as your Prime Minister is complete. And when that day comes, if anyone asks me what I was proudest of, what I would want my government to be remembered for, I think I would say that I want to be known as the Prime Minister who made education free for all Fijians.
Bainimarama opened a new block building with 3 classrooms and new desks, chairs and teachers' tables, built through a grant of nearly $90,000.
The 60 students and 4 teachers who work so hard at the school deserve the best support we can offer. The right environment in the way children learn, and the right environment tells students and teachers alike that their fellow countrymen believe the work they are doing here is important.
School manager Ilisodin Delay says this is the first time ever the school has received any such assistance from government.
We have been trying to upgrade the school for some time now. Since we did not have any proper tenancy agreement on the land, the government had told us that we will not be able to help upgrade the school, but we are surprised that they did it anyway.
The Prime Minister also used the opportunity to remind the villagers to condemn violence against women and children. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
Now, as the investigation continues into reports of police officers who failed to answer citizen complaints of robberies in Narere Nasinu, meanwhile, Police Chief of Operations ACP Rusiati Tundravu is calling on police officers to be more responsive to complaints. Farzana Nisha has more.
ACP Rusiati Tundravu told FBC News that with additional resources now at their disposal, there is no reason why policemen and women are not able to provide service to the people.
Given the effort by the government for the Fiji police in the vehicles and the manpower and all other issues that have been looked into by the Commissioner of Police and the government, I think it's only incumbent for the police to deliver what is required as a law enforcement leading enforcement agency in Fiji.
ACP Tundravu is encouraging people to talk with the divisional commanders or senior officers at the police headquarters if they are unhappy with the service at community police posts and stations.
Whilst I acknowledge people going direct to the media, I thank them for doing that because it's a wake-up call for us. I'm just encouraging if they can just talk to us. As I've stated, if they are not happy with the service being given at the various community posts or police stations, they can just pick up the phone or come straight to headquarters, give us a call so that we can look into these issues. Our intent is very clear. We would like to provide that environment for the people of Fiji.
Meanwhile, an investigation continues into complaints of poor service after residents in Narere Nasinu brought their plight to FBC News. Farzana Nisha.
What's the price of fish these days? Stay tuned, we find out after the break.
And I love Mirchi FM.
Hi, my name is Sonny from Canberra. I love listening Mirchi FM online.
मैं हूँ उर्मिला देवी आसियासी तावा से जितेन शांडिल को और अश्निल को तवा में लॉक कर दिया जाए।
हम लोग यहाँ से कब में मिर्ची FM सुनता है, मिर्ची FM is hot.
I'm Shelly in Tanga Nursery. Mirchi music simply bindas in nursery.
मैं अशफाक बालिल हुसैन मिर्ची FM मेरे नस्ल।
Welcome back. You're with FBC News. Service delivery will be a key focus for the Ministry of Health this year in alignment to its vision of a healthy population. While launching the annual corporate plan for the year today, Health Minister Chone Usamate highlighted 8 priority areas the ministry will concentrate on that are linked to the Sustainable Development Goals.
The ministry, through this annual corporate plan, will be focusing on continuously improving service delivery under broad priority areas such as non-communicable diseases, maternal and child health, and communicable diseases, including environmental health and disaster preparedness. Service delivery will be further supported through expanding primary health care services, improving a continuum of care, and improving quality and safety standards at health facilities. This will be supported through health system strengthening initiatives.
The annual corporate health plan precedes a new national strategic plan for the health ministry over the next 5 years. The Fijian Elections Office is still facing challenges with membership or voter listings for trade union elections. The Elections Office says it has been pushing for an independent body to keep and store membership listings. Kelly Vadala reports.
The Elections Office has suggested that they should keep the membership listings of trade unions, as this will help them maintain the data for the entire country.
Verification of members is done at the time the election is to take place, and this is where we have to involve the employer. And the list from the employer and then the list from the union is reconciled, and people who are not in the eligibility list are entitled to come and rectify their membership requirements with the union.
This is to allow a maximum number of people to vote. Sanim claims sometimes unions don't keep exact details of all its members. However, when dues are received by unions, this is where accountability requirement is a problem.
If you do not know how many members there are, you will not be able to calculate what's the exact dues you should be receiving. And so if a requirement of an HR is placed that an independent body maintains that exact list, we can have a monthly listing system.
Sanim says these are some of the technical issues that currently limit the timelessness for trade union elections. The Elections Office will not run a union election unless all membership listings have been finalized, verified and approved. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
The recent increase in the price of fish seems to be a growing concern to buyers. But according to vendors and divers, there is no such thing as an increase in prices of fish. Sainiani Boila has more.
With the price of fish on the rise recently, customers are reluctant to buy. Buyers Tamarisi Andy says fish is now expensive, while Choni Tui says fish bundles are small and the price higher. A family from Ra that came to shop in Suva was surprised with the cost of fish in the city. Meanwhile, vendor Andy Keleram Batirato says the increase is due to the weather.
For these 2 bundles, I bought these 2 bundles for $20 each and I sell them for $25 each. Most of the time, the fluctuation of the price of fish is due to the weather.
Other vendors increase their fish price according to fish breeding seasons, while some says it's a matter of market competition. For vendors like Eddie, the increase in the price of fish is really no concern.
It's normal. Fish price normally go up just few dollars and it goes back down. To my experience, it's like fish business. If you say, I'm selling fish, I sell 6 days in a week, except Sunday. So the thing is, if fish price goes up, if someone is complaining, I don't think so. It's a matter of time. We go fishing and you catch the fish. It's, just like, it's more hours are spent to be concerned with the person who's saying it fish price increasing. I don't think so, because the price we're selling, it's not worth, there's like the amount of time that we spend to go and catch the fish.
For diver Joseph Mbolombasanga, the concern over the price of fish today is nothing compared to the work he does in trying to get his catch. He says fuel and MSF requirements are also a major contribution to the increase.
For For us divers, this constant price of fish is nothing compared to what we divers go through every night in trying to catch for fish. We have to go through dive every night despite the rain and the cold, while our customers are comfortably sleeping at home. The fuel and MSAF requirements are also a major reason that contribute to the increase.
Price of fish fluctuates according to the weather, season and according to the cost of catching fish. Saini Nimboila, FBC News.
Sports now, and here's Jamie.
Thank you, Amrita, and a very good evening to you. Coming up after the break, Bailey's Coral Coast Sevens gets underway in Singatoka. And local boxing promoter Pranil does the host fights in New Zealand. Stay with us for this and more.
Bula, I'm Dori from Uluinaka. My choice is simple, Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
My name is Yvonne. I'm from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Sayandra, my name is Sunny. Only the Gold FM at Golden Point Resort, Raki Raki.
Hi, I'm Anna of Nasinu. When it comes to a radio, my choice is always Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
My name is Anna and I'm from Nandi. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
As expected, the Bailey's Coral Coast Sevens delivered entertaining games on day one at Lawanga Park in Singatoka. Former Australian dual international Lotte Tungiri was on the sidelines to witness the top-class action and had a lot of good things to say about the talent on display. Daveta reports.
The Coral Coast Sevens pits the best local and overseas clubs against each other, and this was further boosted by the presence of a former star, but this time as a guest rather than with boots on.
Good. It was also good to see William Ryder as well. He finished off the day very well for Red Rock. So I think all of those guys are putting their, their best foot forward, and it's good for them to come back here and share their experience with the local, with everyone else. So looking forward to tomorrow and seeing what that has to offer.
Tomorrow promises even more scintillating action with the last round of pool games and quarterfinals.
Hopefully we'll stack it in again tomorrow. But this is what you get in Fiji. It's awesome. This is what I came back for. I'm enjoying it.
When the dust settles on Saturday, all eyes will shift to national coach Ben Ryan as he names his 12 players to contest the Wellington and Sydney tournaments. Talent Odakadaka, FBC Sports.
In an exciting match played earlier today, a new look Yamadhia's side edged Hideaway Hurricanes 7-5. This was one of the best games of the day as the two teams started off their campaign at Coral Coast Sevens. Here's part of the action.
Make that 7 minutes of action. Dummying and straightening and now offloading beautifully. The build-up work there from Soa Kulu was excellent. Couple of ticks of the clock left on this one. Switching, and here comes a man that's just come off the sin bin chair going in. Mathena Thungai, we are all square.
Defending champions Police started off its tournament campaign with a tough 14-7 win over Germany. The side had to fight tooth and nail against the Germans. Here are the tries.
Qualifying series to get into that repechage tournament.
Well, dummying, going and dotting down there for Police is the captain. Police will now defend against Germany, and bringing a big cheer from the crowd are the Germans. Rumbling down this near side is Sebastian From has a runner on the inside. Links up with Bastian Himmer. Oh, that is a great try. Let's see what Police can conjure up.
A shaky start, the Police side is still on track to defend its title. After beating Germany 14-7, the Lawmen also accounted for Westfield Dragons 17-14. Aussie Thunderbolts is also undefeated, having won against Uprising and Uluinaka. First Landing, with the services of national reps Isake Katunimbao and Emosi Mulevoro, also won both its games. We now join Rohit Deo live from Lawanga Park in Singatoka as he wraps up day one. Rohit, seems like we had a very exciting first day.
Good evening, Jamie. Yes, what a great start to the 2016 Fiji's Bailey's Coral Coast Sevens we have had today. Looking at the competition today, defending champions, the police side, they looked impressive and they recorded 2 wins in 2 matches today. The BLK First Landing side, which featured the national 7-strap Emosi Mulevoro and Sake Katonimbao, they also look good and recorded 2 wins in as many matches. Also recording two wins today was the Wardens team. They also impressed in defense and attack. It will be a good team to watch out for tomorrow. Another team to watch out for tomorrow is the Tabadamu side. They recorded a win and a draw today, but with players like Setefano Dakau, Emosi Vuzango and Leone Kasau, they sure will be coming out firing tomorrow. The Red Rock team, which featured William Ryder, a lot of talk about this team before the start of the tournament. They failed to impress here today and recorded 2 losses on day 1. Also, the women's competition kicks off here tomorrow, and Josie here caught up with some of the teams at training today and joins us with the latest.
Thank you, Rohit. With the women's competitions beginning tomorrow, the USA Serevi Select side looked well prepared as they rounded up their last training session here today. And I had a chat with coach Richie Walker today, and according to him, the team will take 1 game at a time and aims to win the tournament and do 1 better from the previous outing after finishing as runners-up against the Aussie Pearls. A total of 12 teams will be competing at the women's competition, with the first game beginning tomorrow at 9 a.m. between the Striders and the Central Chiefs too. Rohit, an exciting day to look forward to.
Yes, indeed, an exciting day to look forward to. Looking at the competition tomorrow, the final round of pool matches will be played in the men's competition. The cup quarterfinals to be played later in the afternoon. On Saturday, the semi-finals and final will take place. Remember, a winner in both the men's and women's competition, they walk away with $20,000 each. Jamie.
Thank you for that, Rohit and Josephine. Now remember, there will be delayed coverage of some of the matches on Fbctv this evening as competition continues tomorrow, and the finals will be on Saturday. Moving on with our sports news, the English rugby club Saracens have signed Vodafone Fiji's 7-star Savanatha Rawatha for the 2016-2017 season. Rawatha, who is capable of slotting in at wing or centre, has signed a multi-year deal and will join the club at the end of the World 7 Series and Rio Olympic Games. The 24-year-old has scored 10 tries so far this season. Saracens officials class Rawatha as an exciting player and believe his physical type of game will flourish in both Aviva Premiership and European rugby. Rawatha is currently in training camp with the national extended squad, preparing for the Wellington and Sydney Sevens tournaments. Later this year, local boxing promoter Pranil Das will become the first Fijian to stage a fight overseas. His company, Westwood Boxing Promotions, will stage a 12-bout program in New Zealand. Salen Daveta reports.
Pranil Das staged his first boxing program in September last year. Now the Nandi lawyer is looking to pit some of the best local fighters in a special program in New Zealand in March.
And after the September program, I tried to propose New Zealand Boxing Federation, and finally the green light was given late last year, and now we are keen, and we're staging our fight in Auckland on March 19.
Das says the main idea behind the New Zealand program is to give local fighters overseas exposure.
I've been talking with most of the boxers in New Zealand, and definitely if a promoter from Fiji, so definitely we're taking a few boxers from Fiji, because the main reason to do a promotion in New Zealand was to give our local boys a chance for better exposure and to enter the international boxing arena.
Westwood Boxing Promotions program in New Zealand is an opportunity for local boxers to test their mettle overseas. Talendo Kavaka, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Under-19 cricket side won its second tour match in Australia as its journey continues to the Under-19 Cricket World Cup. The national side outscored the Sunshine Coast Scorchers with 265 runs for 5 wickets in the 50-over match. The Scorchers had 234 runs and 10 wickets in 43 overs. The Fiji Under-19 cricket side will make a historic first appearance in the Under-19 Cricket World Cup in Bangladesh on January 22nd to 14th February. Fiji is pooled with England, West Indies and Zimbabwe. And that's it from sports this evening. It's back to Amrita now with business.
The Fiji Sugar Corporation will put in stringent measures in order to reduce costs in all departments and in all 4 sugar mills. Corporation Executive Chair Abdul Khan told FBC News that their aim in 2016 is to see a return from every dollar the FSC spends. Khan adds it's not easy to run the 4 mills and the cost of crushing cane also increases every year. The FSC is confident that the proposed cogeneration projects using biomass to generate electricity in Lambasa and Ba will bring in millions of dollars in revenue. Well, it was a warm, humid day across the nation with a few scattered showers. Eastern Shore saw some morning rain, while light showers occurred over most parts of the main islands in the afternoon. The temperatures nationwide were fairly uniform, mostly centers at 31, while Ba hit 32, and Savo reached only 30 degrees. The outlook for tomorrow calls for what is pretty much a repeat of today. And looking ahead to the weekend, we can expect conditions to remain the same into Sunday. At sea, southeast winds to 20 and moderate to rough swells. Recapping our headlines again, Education Ministry hires more than 500 new teachers ahead of the 2016 school year. Prime Minister Varenga Bainimarama wants free education for all Fijians to be his legacy. And major clean-up plan for Northern Division after 8 cases of dengue fever were reported at the Lambasa Hospital. On to this week's question. We are asking, do you support the decision to extend the rent freeze? You can visit our FBC website to take part. Well, you've been watching FBC News. I'm Amrita Priyadarshini. Good night.
Hi, my name is Liviana Valentine. I'm from Nandi and Today FM rocks.
My name is Ateva. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Krish. I'm from Tava. I like listening to Big Breakfast. Today FM rocks.
I'm Juliana. I'm from Lautaka and I like listening to Today FM.
Hi, my name is Chelly. I live in Arere. Today FM rocks my drug and lollipop.
Bula, my name is So. I'm from Navua. I like listening to Today's FM.
Bula, my name is Asilika from Raki and Today FM rocks with my flip-flops.
Today's hit music on Today FM.